that's still not where chivalry got killed. Chivalry got killed by the feminist movement on the magazines that got women going crazy because women got too much advice about men from other women. And they don't know what they're talking about. Now that would be like me, Dave Chappelle the comedian, walking around the streets in a cop uniform. Somebody might run up on me. Oh, thank God. Officer, help us. Come on, they're over here. Help us. I'm like, oh, just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a police officer.
I used to think I was the only man that experienced this, and then I found this video. That is the best I've ever heard it expressed. Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Ruling Class Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Didi, back up in this witch. What another video. And I'm still trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. And clearly, I'm struggling up in this witch. So if you want to help me out, please like, subscribe, share this video, comment on this video, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. And without further ado, let's see what Dave's talking about.
The only thing in our society that bothers me the most is the way that men and women don't get along no more. That's really what's bugging me about it. Men and women just don't get along. Like I hear women say this all the time. I know a lot of you sisters be like, chivalry is dead. Don't you? Don't y'all feel that way? Like men aren't gentlemen anymore?
I hear that too.
That's right. Chivalry is dead. And women killed it.
I wonder how.
There's a fundamental difference in the way we're going to see things. We're not going to see eye to eye on this issue. We're just not. Our tests in life are different. A woman's test in life is material. A man's test in life is a woman. Now, by test, I mean that those are the things that we desire. Men have nice cars. Not because they like nice cars, because they know women like nice cars. That's how it goes. Because men are hunters, and the car is the bait. And a woman comes and says, ooh, nice Porsche. Gotcha.
Yo, I'm gonna stop pausing the video. I'm gonna let it play through. I just want to say I'm late to the party. I didn't know this. I thought I was the only man who experienced a disconnect when it came to women, especially in high school. And it wasn't until after high school that, and I feel like this is super late because I feel like a lot of people knew this by middle school, that this was the way to get women, but I didn't know this. I found this out sometime in college, that men did a lot of things specifically for women. I used to think men did things because they like to do it, and women just also happened to be attracted to that, like sports. But no, I found out it was a lot of guys in my high school who played football. They hated football. They didn't want to do football. They only wanted to do something else. But they did football because they know women were attracted to athletes. I know a friend right now who has a really nice car. I know a couple of people in my life who got really nice cars and they're in debt. But they're doing it to attract women, and specifically and solely for that reason. For a lot of people, it may sound like common sense, but for me, I didn't realize that was a thing.
That's how it is. That's true. Come on now, you go to a woman's house, her house be comfortable. Women love comfortable surroundings, so men get comfortable surroundings. But let me tell you something. If a man could form it in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house. But that's still not where chivalry got killed. Chivalry got killed by the feminist movement on the magazines that got women going crazy because women got too much advice about men from other women. And they don't know what they're talking about.
Facts.
And it's true. I see this in the magazines. I don't read them, but I be seeing the cover. I be in the grocery store, fellas, you look at one of the magazines, like, what is this? And they say on the cover, 100 Ways to Please Your Man by some lady. Get out of here, man. Come on. Ain't no 100 ways. That list is 4 things long. Just suck it, papers, balls, and then fix them a sandwich and don't talk so much, and they're gonna be happy.
Men are simple. He's a comedian, but men are really simple.
And then the magazines trick the women. The magazines start picking at your self-esteem. Every page you turn, you start feeling fatter and uglier, and you feel like your clothes aren't good enough. And the magazines have you forgetting how beautiful you are. And that's what happens. Now look what happens. And then you forget how beautiful you are, and we all suffer. You can see it. You ever have this happen? This is how confusing it is. This is the practical application of what I'm talking about. Like a guy be out, this happens to a lot of guys. You be out at a club, bar, right? He's kicking with your boys, and a girl walks by, and man, she looks good. She looks good. Not good in that classical way. I mean, you know, I'm talking good like she got half her ass hanging out her skirt. Her all mashed together, popping out the top of her turtleneck. And you with your buddies, right? You with your buddies, you got a couple drinks in you, and you see a girl like this, you might try to talk to her. This might not come out right. Look at him. Right? The girl gets mad at you. Oh, wait a minute. Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a whore.
Very common line.
Which is true. Gentlemen, that is true. Just because they dress a certain way doesn't mean they are a certain way.
But it's confusing,
Don't
though.
never forget it. But ladies, you must understand that that is confusing. Just is. Now that would be like me, Dave Chappelle, the comedian, walking around the streets in a cop uniform. Somebody might run up on me. Oh, thank God. Officer, help us. Come on, they're over here. Help us. I'm like, oh. Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a police officer.
He's a genius. That is the best I've ever heard it expressed. Think about it. This is something we all know. This is something we're all aware of, especially a lot of men. But for you to take an analogy that way and present it in a way like that, that's just pure genius, bro.
It's like, all right, lady, fine. You are not a whore. But you are wearing a uniform, I'll tell you that shit right now. Little misunderstandings can happen.
I just want to say, it was a point in my life where I thought I was the only man, I thought I was the only male who, or for the most part, that was experiencing these sorts of interactions with women because I was disconnected from the internet at one point in time. And then I became a part of it. That's kind of one of the benefits of social media, because social media can contribute to depression if you let it, but social media can also be a benefit because you find videos like this and then you quickly realize like, oh, other men experience these disconnects with women as well, the confusing behavior of women as well. You know, it reminds me of the pastor who went to the radio show. I dropped that video the other day, and he was talking about how if you are dressed like a certain thing, then you are presenting yourself like a certain thing. But women will be disingenuous and say, no, I can dress like that and not look like that. What? I'm not saying because you dress like that, that makes you one. I'm just saying you present yourself as if you are one. That's all I'm saying. But it's a problem to say that out loud. And it's very confusing. But if you were to do exactly what he said in that analogy, it would be a problem. So I thought this video was perfect because chivalry is dead. And I thought I was the only one who recognized that. But clearly, I was wrong. Until next time, yo. Peace.
Oh, yeah. Diddy got a podcast.